Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Carla from Rehan Allahwala's World of Connections. And today I have the honor of speaking to Michael Losier from Victoria, Canada, right now. And he is a law of abundance attraction coach. And he has written two books that he will tell us something about. I am very excited to talk to him, and I feel this will be a very amazing interview. This show is sponsored by the Institute of Peace, which is an online organization promoting peace one conversation at a time. Michael, will you please introduce yourself?
Hello, Carla. Hey, Carla and friends. My name is Michael Losier. I live in Victoria, BC. It's on a small island on the west coast of Canada, so you can get a context. I'm the author of these three books: Law of Attraction, Law of Connection, and recently, Your Life's Purpose. And my book is 20 years old, Law of Attraction.
Ooh.
Yes, I self published it in 2003. And then I sold it to a publisher in 2006, and now it's in 37 languages. I sold 3.7 million copies. I was interviewed by Oprah Winfrey 4 times on her Soul Series radio show, and then I ended up having my own talk radio show on the Oprah Winfrey Network. I'll just show you the little banner for that. I was one of the 10 regular talk show hosts on the Oprah Network. So I have the reputation of being the how-to guy, teach people how to apply it. When my book first came out, it was the only book on the internet with the word law of attraction on it. And now there's thousands of articles and books and videos, but some people are still trying to struggle. Like, how do I apply it? How do I use it? So hopefully we'll get around to that today, how we're going to help people. And my second book talks about the 4 ways that students like to learn. I call it the learning styles, the NLP learning styles. And as a trainer, all 3 of my books were actually seminars first. So these are seminars that I delivered hundreds of times, and then I turned it into a book using accelerated learning techniques, which is understanding the 4 ways students like to learn. So I get a lot of compliments about my writing style. And in my head, I said, well, I'm not really a writer, but I'm a good program designer. I know how to design a good program that people can walk through, and it's because I understand the styles. And then my latest book, 2000, a few years ago, Your Life's Purpose, and I help people uncover what fulfills them. And when they're fulfilled, they're living joy, and that's the purpose of life. So 3 books, 3 different subjects, lots going on today here, live with Carla.
And I'm so excited. Some people may not know much about the law of attraction and what it's about. Could you give us some understanding of it?
Right. Well, the word law of attraction might be new to some people, or people like you and I, we hear about it, right? But the experience isn't. In other words, we've been experiencing the law of attraction forever, but didn't know it. I'm going to give you a list of expressions that we use to describe evidence of law of attraction. And I want you to give yourself a point. And everybody watching, give yourself 1 point if you've ever used any of these words. And when you use those words, you're really describing, here's evidence. Word number 1, coincidence, synchronicity, serendipity, fate, karma, meant to be, everything fell into place, kismet, happenstance. Well, that's one that I never use. What's the last one? Well, I don't have it at the top of my head. Here's my point, Carla. You're already experiencing law of attraction. Whenever you said, wow, this is such a coincidence, you could say, this is evidence of law of attraction. Or when everything fell into place, or you met that person and that's serendipitous, you're already experiencing it. And now you know it's got a name, and it's called law of attraction. Now, I can't prove it to anybody, so I'm not here to prove it, but I am here to teach you how to tap into it. You see, law of attraction is energy. It's vibe. It's a vibe around us. It's just an energy. And it's in our rooms. It's everywhere. And right now, it's easy. And when I say it, I just mean the energy is responding. Let me find something to show you here. This energy that's around you is responding. Where's my guy here? Is responding to your vibration. This is us. He doesn't look like you or I, but this is a vibe. This is where our vibe. So when I'm ticked off and angry and disappointed, I'm kind of putting off those vibes, right? Or when I'm excited and I'm feeling abundant, I'm putting off those vibes. You can't see them, but they're a feeling. We can tell somebody with a negative vibe. It's like, ooh, are they ever given off a negative vibe? So we use the word vibe to describe our vibration. And this is our vibration bubble. I'm a trainer, so I'm pretending that we have a bubble and this is where our vibes are. Now, law of attraction, it's this energy in the room. It has a 2-word job description. The job description for law of attraction, wait for it, match vibrations. I'm even going to show you a picture so you remember it forever. Hey, what does law of attraction do? Say it when you see it. Matches. So if I'm sending a negative vibration about something, I'm complaining, I'm worrying, when I'm sending that negative vibe, what does law of attraction do? Matches. And then I got another negative thing and another negative thing and another negative thing. And say, what's going on? That's the 3rd cancellation today. Law of attraction was matching your vibe, matching your vibe, matching your vibe. And law of attraction is not smart. It's obedient. It doesn't know that that's a vibe that you want or don't want, or whether it's good or bad for you, or whether it's helpful or not. It doesn't care about, doesn't have feelings. It's not a person or a thing. It's energy. It's responding right now and right now. So people watching might be thinking, how can I tell what the vibe is that I'm sending? How can you tell? Like, well, I can tell you from here. Are you curious and you want to know the vibe that you're sending about money? Open your wallet. Do you want to know the vibe that you're sending about getting customers or clients? Open your new customer and client file folders. Everything that you're receiving had to been a vibration from you first. That's where it got started. Now, of course, we're not doing it on purpose. We're not purposefully putting out there clients cancel or dates don't show up or, I lose money. We don't put that vibe up, but we're getting it. People will say, well, Michael Losier said I had to set the vibration that my client, that's not what I want my clients to keep their appointment, but that's not what you're vibrating. Law of attraction doesn't know what you're thinking. It's responding to how you feel about what you're thinking. Okay, let's take a break for a question there, Carla. What are you thinking so far?
I understand what you're saying. But we have all kinds of thoughts that go through our mind. And opposites attract each other, unfortunately.
Not opposite vibrations. Opposite people. A tall person can attract a skinny person. But opposite vibrations don't attract. If they do, they clash. They're not on the same dial. This is a vibrational dial. Okay. And the vibes go from 0 to 100. If your vibe's on 90, you can tell, right? That, oh, I'm on 90, my life is going good, I'm abundant, I'm feeling great. And you meet somebody on 20, you can tell you're not on the same dial. That's not a match. Like maybe attractive-wise, they were, match for, I like tall women or tall men, but it doesn't mean you're in vibrational harmony. When we're around somebody that's at a lower, this is us, when we're around somebody here, we can feel it. We can feel the resistance that we feel when we're with them, and that resistance equals the distance. If I'm on 90 and you're on 90, we don't have any resistance. If you're on 30 and I'm on 30, we don't have resistance because we don't have distance.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying that.
You're welcome.
Our minds and our thoughts, before we become very familiar and adept at the law of attraction, can flip from negative to positive. And of course, if you're in a negative, you're pulling yourself down instead of pulling yourself up.
Right.
How does one easily or easier make that transition from the negative to the positive?
Is that what you mean?
Yep. How do
Yep.
I do the
How do I
vibe?
reset my vibe? I love the question. So we know that when we're thinking about something negative or complaining about a client cancer or telling all our friends about that horrible client or that horrible date or I don't have any, just complaining, that's the vibe we're giving off. And we take a look at the results and say, oh my God, no wonder my business isn't doing well. Look at all the complaining I'm doing. When you complain, you give it, not you by the way, but when we complain, we give it attention. When we worry, we give it attention. When we use this is everyone's homework, when we use these 3 words, we just included it in our vibration. I don't want my clients to cancel. What did I put in my vibe? Canceling clients. Don't forget, I just gave attention to forgetting. Don't spill your milk, I gave attention to spilling your milk. Don't hesitate to contact me, I just gave attention to hesitating to contacting me. And now, law of attraction doesn't know where the words came from. It's responding to what you give attention to. So when somebody, my business friends, maybe they wake up Monday morning to an email of a canceled client. And they say, oh, I hate when that happens. And now they're going online and going to IHateWhenClientsCancel.com. And they spent 20 minutes out there typing. And now they're having a conversation on Facebook about it. And the whole time that they're regurgitating and going over, all that time they're including it. And law of attraction isn't smart. It's obedient. And then it'll unfold and orchestrate to match that vibe. So here's everyone's homework. Whenever you use the word don't, not, and no, that very moment you can reset your vibe. Here's how you do it. This question. So what do I want? This question resets your vibe. Watch this. I don't want my clients to cancel. Well, that's a negative thought, right? So what do I want? Reset. Well, I like when my clients keep their appointment. Last week, 12 out of 13. I love when that happened. I love when they keep their appointment. You see, I'm always at choice. Do I want to complain about that scenario, which includes it? Or do I want to recap about what I liked about all the ones that kept their appointments? There's no judgment, but there's a consequence. And the consequence of complaining is to attract more of it. The consequence of regurgitating and going over that negative story, the consequence of observing what you don't like is that you'll get more of it every time. So these are, and I have these buttons available on a website. It's www.myname.michaellosier.com/ wait for it, buttons. And there's 10 of them. These are 2. These are law of attraction tools. Imagine, this is just a photograph that I put on a little piece of board, but imagine having that in your kitchen or your computer. Imagine that teaching it to your students at school or to your family. Training everybody around you not to come to you, complain to you. When people are complaining to you, we're listening to it and now we're including it. We're including their complaint, so we got to mind our vibration. Again, here's your homework, everybody, between now and the rest of your life. Every time you use the word don't, not, and no, ask yourself, so what do I want? So when I said don't forget, you know what the new words are? Remember. So here's what happens. When I go from what I don't want to what I do want, the words change. And when the words change, the vibration changes. And the best news of all, I can only have one vibration at a time. So now I'm talking about the way I want it to be. And as I'm doing that, I've reset my vibe. And law of attraction doesn't know what it used to be because it doesn't have a memory. It's responding to the vibration that I'm having in this very minute. That's how law of attraction works.
I get it. How does one flip the switch from the negative to the positive?
I just did a whole segment. That's just what I talked about. This is what's causing negative thoughts. This is what's causing negative behavior. Because when I complain, I'm using these words. When I worry, I'm using these words. When I tell you about all the stuff I don't like, I'm using these words. So whenever I use them, I have to reset the sentence by saying, so what do I want? You asked for easy. You asked for easy. This is easy. It couldn't be easier. Catch yourself saying that, say that, reset the sentence, resets the vibes, and you get different results.
However, it's not it's not always as easy as it's
Yes,
sounds.
you're right. You're right about that. You're
So
right.
and I know that from my own experience.
That's right. You're right about that. It wasn't difficult for me and other people, but for you, yes, you're right about that. Did you hear what I'm doing here? You're affirming it's difficulty, but it's not difficult for anybody. That's your experience. How could this not be easy? You asked for easy. Burn this image. You will use these words today, Carla. I know it. And when you do, you say, oh, that's one of those words Michael Losier said not to use, so what do I want? I don't know. Couldn't be easier. This is the tool right here.
I have spoken to people, and I'm learning to do the switch, and I'm getting much, much better at it. But I've spoken to people who don't see how to do that switch. And I'm not a coach yet.
Yeah.
But how would you advise someone who needs to do the switch and they don't have that, or they
Okay,
don't
I'm going to teach it for the third time. You asked for easy, I gave you easy. If you're talking to your friend and they're complaining about they can't get a job or can't get a job interview, you can do one of two things. You can buy into that conversation, or you can ask them this. So what do you want?
Okay, the answer is I would like to have a little more money.
No, we're not talking about you. You just told me earlier, friends come to complain to you, and how do you reset them? This is how you reset yourself. This is how you reset a client. This is how you reset your complaining friends.
Can we do a role play so people can see how it works?
Go ahead. So tell me about something that you want to attract and what's happening.
I want to attract my finances.
Right, finances.
So I have better finances, and I'm feeling like that can't be done.
Yeah. So what's happening that's showing you that it can't be done?
I'm working hard.
Yeah.
I love what I do, but I don't see the money coming in.
Right. And where does money come from for you? Clients,
Money is
products?
energy.
What's that?
Money is energy.
No, but where does it come from? Do you sell something, a service, a product?
Oh, I work with people in making them feel comfortable speaking English,
Right.
so they can speak to others.
Right. So that's one of your sources of money then, right? That's one way
right.
to get some money. And what don't you like about what's going on there right now as far as more money?
I seem to find people who do not have the money to give.
Right. So they don't have the money for that, right?
Right. And yet they say, I need it, I need it, I need it.
But they don't have the money. So what else? Right. What else don't you like that you're attracted? This is good. What else are you getting that you don't like?
That's the big thing. And I'm getting people who are constantly saying, I don't have the money, so I'm not going to use your services.
Yes.
Now, you also have to realize in my program, I do give away a lot of free stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You could give away a pizza pie with that. It's not about that. You know what? You know what's causing you to attract those people? Your vibration. If you believe everything I told you so far, and given the results of the people that you're attracting, they're matching your vibration perfectly. It's not what you want, but it's what you're vibing. Do you understand the difference?
So I want to change that vibe.
Right, so I want you to answer my question first. Do you see how the vibe, what
Oh,
you're
yeah.
getting is matching the vibe? Good, good, we got that, right? I'm attracting something, I don't like it. I don't like that I'm sending the vibe, but I must be. So that calls for, I want you to say it when you see it. When you notice something you don't like, that calls for a what?
A vibe reset.
That's right. I want to reset the vibe around my clients and my prospects. Because when I reset the vibe, I'm going to get reset results. So what's causing the vibe? It's what I'm saying. They're hard to find. They don't commit. They don't want to pay the money. They ask too many questions. They're too scared. All that BS story is what's doing it. So now you've got to be saying, so what do I want? So tell me right now, if you don't want to be attracting people that don't have any money, just reset that. Then what do you want?
I want people who have money and want to spend it on learning English.
That's right. You have your ideal client has money. They have a budget for learning English. That's two good criteria, right? And all you did was change. Imagine going to Google and typing in "don't have any money." What are you going to get? You're going to get documents and videos about don't have. So now you've just reset the words. So here's my ideal client. They have money. They have a budget for English, right? What are a couple other things that you don't like? Were they too skeptical on the phone, or maybe not polite, or anything like that? Yeah. So if you don't want them to be skeptical, what do you want?
I want them to be believing in themselves.
Yeah, and be hopeful. It's like, I can do this, right? You want them to be hopeful that you're the right teacher and trainer. So this is your homework. You've got to change those words about what you want. And when the words change, what else changes?
The vibe change.
That's right. And when the vibes change, what else changes?
The abundance coming in.
That's right. The results change. And the only way for you to get different results is for you to send a different vibration. And that's what you got today. Anybody listening, maybe they're having a hard time trying to get a job interview. Well, it's matching your vibration. Maybe you're having a hard time trying to get a boyfriend or girlfriend. It's matching your vibration. So you've got to reset. So now you've got to start building this list, the so what do I want list. And law of attraction doesn't know you're just building the list. It's responding when you say, well, that would be nice, right? Wouldn't it be nice to get a call from somebody pleasant and they did their research and they're pretty crystal clear, and off the bat they said that they've got a budget, and I said, wow, I love this kind of client. But you might as well put that vibe out there if you're going to put any vibe, right? So today was all about, what am I getting? This is my vibrational bubble. Whatever I'm getting had to have come from a vibration. And in most cases, the negative vibrations come from this right here. And then we'll reset sentence. So, and just another little picture here to remember. This is what law of attraction is. It's eavesdropping, 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 and matching. Remember that forever. And it's okay to be negative and to be angry and stuff like that, but do it briefly. Don't spend, not you, but don't spend 4 days being ticked off about something, because law of attraction will be eavesdropping for 4 days. So get angry about this. I hate when that happens, and reset your vibe. The longer you observe it, the less it's in your vibration. That's a tool for everybody. So let's start to wrap up. Tell me a couple things that were your highlights for today. I'll interview you. What were some of the things that stood out for you?
The idea of getting rid of the not words, I cannot, I do not, and no.
Yeah.
And the more that we get rid of those words, the more positive it is to get the things we want.
That's right, because we got rid of the negative vibes, yes.
And is it possible that someone would only have negative vibes with no positive vibes, or?
I don't know. I guess somebody that really hates their life and they're always ticked off at stuff, they might find joy in music or something. So I don't know. It's not, it's not you, so you don't need to care about it. You need to care about you, your scenario, your case study.
So what would you suggest? I know you told me the words that you would suggest I use, but for the audience, what would you suggest I tell them to do? Or that we want to leave them?
I'm not going to answer that question. I want you to answer that question because I taught it 4 times today. What would you tell the audience today?
I would tell them, first of all, believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe you can do it, no one else can. So take out that cannot and change it to I believe in me. Change the feeling that you cannot have money to I can have money. I can have everything I want. And would you say that when we're creating the world around us, we're creating it? The world isn't happening to us, it is happening for us.
That's right. There's nothing outside of ourselves that's doing it to you or for you. The universe doesn't decide for you. You decide. Oh, the universe won't know what's good for me. The universe doesn't know what's good for you. It's just matching you. Well, the universe will decide what I'm. No, the universe isn't a decider. It's a matcher. You decide. You decide and you set the energy in motion. Oh, the universe brought me that to teach me a lesson. The universe doesn't teach lessons. It matches vibrations. Everything's matches. So people say, oh, the universe, no, the universe doesn't decide. So that's giving your power away. You decide. You place the order with your thoughts and words, and the universe will unfold and orchestrate it. But don't give up all your, don't think the universe is knowing what's good for you. It's just matching vibes.
I would like you to put the website name that you put in the private chat in the chat when we're finished so people know what it is. And
I see what I did. Yeah, I put it the wrong field there. I'm going to do that right now.
Yeah, it needs to be on Facebook, not on StreamYard. Okay. But I want to thank you for giving me your time to speak with me. Some of the people who may be watching may not needed to hear it more than once. And it's important for them to understand that the law of attraction happens because of where your mind is. So would you say the world actually is created in our mind more than the world is created around us?
Well, I think our world experiences come from what we give attention to. Are we a complainer? Are we worrying? Then you'll attract more than that, and so on. So your vibe is what, you can tell what your vibe is by what you're attracting and what's around you. Okay, that's it, Carla.
Okay, thank you today. Thank you so much for taking the time. I want to thank you for coming and speaking to me and the people who watch. And I also would like to thank the Institute of Peace for sponsoring this short conversation. And can we wave goodbye?
See you later, everybody.
Bye, everyone.